Good afternoon, everyone. My report is all about Republic Act 9710, also known as Magna Carta of Women. The Magna Carta of Women is comprehensive women's human rights law that seeks to eliminate discrimination against women by recognizing, protecting, fulfilling, and promoting the rights of Filipino women, especially those in marginalized sectors. Declaration of Policy affirms the role of women nation building, ensures the substantive equality among men or women's rights as human rights, affirms women's rights as human rights, condemns discrimination against women in keeping with CEDAW, or Convention of the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, and other international instruments consistent with Philippine law. Provides for the intensification of efforts to fulfill its duties under international and domestic laws to recognize, respect, protect, fulfill, and promote women's rights and freedom, especially marginalized women, in all fields. Reaffirms the right of women to participate in policy formulation, planning, organization, implementation, management, monitoring, and evaluation of all policies, programs, and services that affect them. Principles of Human Rights. Human rights principles of women are universal and inalienable, indivisible, interdependent, and interrelated. All individuals are equal as human beings. Rights-based approach. Definition of terms. Women empowerment refers to the provision, availability, and accessibility of opportunities, services, and observance of human rights which enable women to actively participate and contribute to the political, economic, social, and cultural development of the nation, as well as those which shall provide them equal access to ownership, management, and control of production and of all material and informational resources and benefits in the family, community, and society. Marginalization refers to a condition where a whole category of people is included from useful and meaningful participation in political, economic, social, and cultural life. Marginalized refers to the disadvantaged person or group who are mostly living in poverty and have little or no access to resources. Gender equality refers to the principle asserting the equality of men and women and their right to enjoy equal conditions. Gender equity refers to the policies, instruments, programs, and services and actions that address disadvantaged position of women in society by providing equal treatment and affirmative action. Gender mainstreaming refers to the strategy for making women's as well as men's concerns and experiences an integral dimension of programs in political, economic, and societal spheres so that both the women and men benefit equally and inequality is not perpetuated. Violence against women refers to any act of gender-based violence that result in or likely result in physical, sexual, or psychological harm or suffering to women. Duties related on human rights. Discrimination against women. Any gender-based distinction, exclusion, or restriction which has the effect or purpose of impairing or nullifying the recognition, enjoyment, or exercise by women, irrespective of their marital status, on the basis of equality of men and women, human rights, and fundamental freedoms in the political, economic, social, cultural, civil, or any other field. Any act or mission, including by law, policy, administrative measure, or practice that directly or indirectly includes or restricts women in the recognition and promotion of their rights and their access to enjoyment of opportunities, benefits, or privileges. A measure or practice of general application that fails to provide for mechanism if sex or gender-based disadvantages or limitations of women. Discrimination compounded by or intersecting with other grounds, status, or condition such as ethnicity, age, poverty, or religion. Rights and empowerment. Human rights of women. All rights in the Constitution and those rights recognized under international instruments duly signed and ratified by the Philippines in consonance with Philippine law shall be the rights of women under MCF. Example of this is protecting from violence, protection and security in times of disasters and calamities, participation and representation, equal treatment before the law, equal access and elimination of discrimination in education, scholarships and training, women in sports, women in military, non-discriminatory and non-derogatory portrayal in media and film, right to health, special leave benefits, equal rights in all matters relating to marriage and family. Rights and empowerment of marginalized sectors. Women in marginalized sectors are guaranteed all civil, political, social, and economic rights recognized, promoted, and protected under existing laws and acts. Example of this, food security and productive resources, right to housing, right to decent work, right to livelihood, credit, capital, and technology, right of education and training, right to representation and participation, right to information, social protection, recognition and preservation of cultural identity and integrity, peace and development. Women in especially difficult circumstances or WEDC. This refers to the victims of trafficking, survivors of sexual and physical abuse, illegal recruitment, prostitution, armed conflicts, temporary and protective custody, medical and dental services, psychiatric evaluation, productivity skills capability building, legal services, livelihood assistance, job placement, financial assistance, transportation assistance.